Alusu ngache adisi alu ha gümgi ha chikaleomi ticket to misume che ticket to theu bata mana ticket check jangwa
Ladies and gentlemen, THIMPHU and welcome to the RTC Artificial Turf, one of the most picturesque venues in Bhutanese football, where match day 57 of the BoB Bhutan Premier League brings together two sides with very different runs of form. Today it is RTC FC against THIMPHU FC. For the home side, confidence is beginning to grow. With every passing week, RTC arrive unbeaten in their last 5 league matches. 3 victories and 2 draws, a run that has steadily carried them into 4th place in the standings. And with the table as tightly packed as ever, another 3 points today would move them to within 4 points of the top 3, keeping their ambitions very much alive as the second round gathers momentum. They've become a difficult side to beat, organized at the back, disciplined in midfield, and increasingly efficient in front of goal with a couple of amazing signings. But they'll know today presents another stern examination, because across the pitch stands a THIMPHU FC side desperate to change the narrative. The Thunderbolts come into this one 6th place, but form has deserted them in recent weeks. 3 consecutive defeats have slowed what once looked like a promising climb up the table. And today offers the perfect opportunity to respond. A victory would see them draw level on points with 5th place Drukpa FC and breathe fresh life into their campaign. Momentum can disappear quickly in football, but it can return just as quickly. So while RTC looked to extend an impressive unbeaten run, THIMPHU arrived determined to end a difficult spell and remind the league of the quality within their squad. Before we get this matchday encounter underway, let's take a look at today's starting 11s for both sides. For RTC, the home side under head coach Unauthorized, a lot of shifts, a lot of injury concerns in this squad. A lot of their original members not in the starting 11, but it still has been impressively strengthened. Still on goal, Abdul Majid Shamate in that back line. Ugawanchu Chimisawan Chauka, Ugintoji Trof, Kwado Aqua, their newest signing alongside Riku Ichimura, Paro FC's goal scoring machine in their AFC campaign. Was an amazing performer. 3 goals and 1 assist. 2 goals came in that only draw of their campaign. Alongside is Vampire, their legend, yet to find his form. But again, we know the quality of football in the man. Doesn't really make mistakes, just the contributions lacking this season. Jimmy Namgya, Chimitsitim and Kinza Tenzin completing the front line. As for THIMPHU FC under head coach Raj Kumar, it is Prameja Gachadar, the Nepali goalkeeper, turning 25, is 26 years old. Their goalkeeper Stefan Abeku, 20, William Asido Opoku, the midfielder from Paro as well, 42. Familiar names in Bhutan football, Uzoka Ebuawu, 22, Kramadoji, 46, Prince John or Prince Toji, as he is lovingly called, 50. Siddharth Kurung getting the start alongside Kritish Chunju, 17, Richard Wilson, 10, Tencho Gelson, 7, and William Opoku, Sidu. So a bit of changes for THIMPHU FC. First time in their matchup, I'm sure you'll remember that goal from Tenchu Kelsen. The knuckleball of a free kick that went in from way out. Got it past Denunamge, got it past Babila, who was then in the squad. Almost had it cleared off, but with the sheer strength and the unpredictability of the ball, went in for what may be a contender for goal of the season alongside Siddiq Jawara, Ronit Rai, then a couple others that don't necessarily come to the top of the head right away. But again, last time it was Tencho Neo Chimiwachu who started. It was Paladin Singh who started. But these guys will come off the bench. Chizoba Christopher Ikobe, their second highest scorer. Not in the squad list right now, but they still do have Richard Wilson, who has found amazing form. The Ghanaian, only 21 years of age, and right now his production looking amazing. 4 goals to his name, but THIMPHU FC may want a couple more as we have the 22 who will face off here. Chang Lemitang step out onto the field. It is RTC in their home blue and white. It is Thunderbolts in their striking black and gold. Before we get underway with the national anthem, a quick introductions of the referee. It is main referee Choki Om, assisted by Pema and Hasta Badarai, the 4th official for today, Ugen Penjo. And with that, we have the national anthem underway. A quick introductions of the referee. It is main referee Choki Om, assisted by Pema and Hasta Badarai, the 4th official for today, Ugen Penjo. And with that, we have the national anthem. And again, ladies and gentlemen, Kusangpo, and welcome back again to one of the most scenic locations. Always love the away matches here alongside Zerang. Very scenic, very lovely, very enjoyable to play football in. And right now, the weather does seem to be favoring the players as well. Always a hassle to play in the rain or even intense sunlight, but can't really ask for the best. Again, the referees on screen right now, Chokyom, the main referee, Pema and Hastabadarai, the assistant referees, alongside Ugapenjo, who will be the 4th official for today. And I have a weird feeling that they may be needed quite a lot today. Last time around in their matchup, it did end with THIMPHU FC taking home the victory, 2 against RTC 0. But at the same time, THIMPHU FC from their side got a little bit chippy. 6 yellow cards, I believe, awarded to their side in that match. Siddharth Som, Jugdril Chozang, both who are starting right now. There's Namge on the bench, Jimmy Chutsinchinio, and Baitika as well, the recipients of yellow cards against RTC, who only had Kinza Tenzin, last season's top scorer. This time has yet to find even one. So, of course, a drought. But again, given the troubles RTC have been dealing with the roster changes, with the injury concerns, they are not starting with the squad that they opened the season with in guys like Said Jamal, Sardar Jakhanov. But right now, instead, they have brought in the Japanese Riku Ichimura and Koedo Aqua, whom they are looking to move forward with. And they are doing well. 4th place, not bad. THIMPHU, on the other end, has been shaky, inconsistent in their performances. Tencho Kelsin, their leader, amazing production, but 2 goals this late into the campaign, especially from a guy like him. Does have 3 assists as well, showing that creative aspect of his, but may need a couple more goals if they want to get to the end of this season with a result that they could be satisfied with. This game could go anyways. Just recently, we did see a redemption arc completed by Paro. Had their first loss coming in from Drukpa FC 4-2 yesterday. Again, Mohib Afridi, the demon in their ranks, just creating havoc for Drukpa FC, who had no chance except for that one penalty, which they found courtesy of Fahad Timuri. Tonight, Paro the goal, but at least it was redemption complete. And today, the chance to get a similar storyline involved here in the BoB Bhutan Premier League. As ladies and gentlemen, RTC FC in blue and white, THIMPHU FC, the Thunderbolts in black and gold, prepare for 90 minutes of intense back and forths. There's the whistle. THIMPHU FC with possession underway. Do let me know which team you are supporting for this match. Do let me know what you think the end result will be like. But we start 0-0. And THIMPHU FC not rushing, playing it through their backline. Stefan Abeku over to Siddharth. Typically, we see that right flank held down as a home for Tenchu Neo, the legend, the 40-year-old veteran. But right now, RTC with a scary chance up front, but unable to make the most out of it. Jimmy Namgyal putting a pressure on Kritishunju. Richard Wilson. Hefty touches coming in from both sides. Kwado Aqua in midfield, as you can see. Amazing strength from Abdul Majid Chamate, but it is a bit hefty on the follow-up. No foul intent. It will be THIMPHU FC who will get possession. Also, to those of you who may be more interested in the Women's National League, it is being broadcasted live at the same time, I think, as it is a match out at Ugan Academy, scheduled for the same time as the men's, as Sencho Kelson. Again, despite his age, despite returning from an injury, the elevation on the man, the sheer athleticism is simply astonishing. Bhutan got a glimpse of it during their campaign in Guwahati before we had those matches with Cambodia and Sri Lanka, where we had those two goals coming in from Sencho Kelson, both up in the air from headers. In the world of football, does not necessarily have the frame, standing at 5'8", 5'9", to fight past 6-foot defenders up in the air especially, but he still continues creating miracles after miracles as RTC gain another advantage again. Jimmy Namgyal cherishing the minutes he is getting for the squad, and right now he is making it look dangerous. Two back-to-back possessions up front that ended with danger from Jimmy Namgyal. First one was a shot, this time does get them a set piece, out of which they have a lot of personnel that could take it. Their most recent match against Ugan Academy saw Jimmy Tsitim come up with an amazing goal, similar range, but it was open play. But this time does seem like it will be in the handy trust of Vampire to get RTC their first goal against THIMPHU FC this season. Jimmy Namgyal, decoy, Pemazangpo from a better angle, drives it low, but no chance there against James. No chance to ponder upon what just happened as THIMPHU play it immediately into RTC's half, but no advantage. Aqua. Abdul Majid Chamate. Good signs for RTC again. Jigdrell did go out with an injury, but does seem like he is good enough to be named in the bench for today's match, alongside guys like Dilip Mongar, Tinsley Drup, Keldin Topgekaza, Jimmy, and Nima Kelson, who is one of their most intense producers. They do have energy to spare if they go guns blazing. Tanks full in the first half. Abdul Majid Chamate. Ugiwachu. Sent down by Prince. Prince Toji too heavy. On Ugiwachu as RTC get another chance this time. From an angle that may be more comfortable to set up a chance for a guy like Abdul Majid or maybe even Kodo Aqua. Riku Ichimura again, his quality as a finisher, just undeniable. Maybe something they could work towards. Vampire and Chimisidim. Looks like Vampire will serve it in. Head up. Found contact for RTC but did not find the advantage to tag along with it. Since Gelson. Prince has possession stolen away, but Onchila coming in with that last challenge. Earns possession for RTC. Onchila again plays it up. Jimmy Namgel, the recipient of that pass. Prince coming in strong, but strong enough on that defense from Jimmy Namgel, shielding that ball away, but the double team. Clean enough, but the follow-up not quite so. Siddharth able to earn a whistle from referee Chokyo. It will be possession for the Thunderbolts. Not quite enough authority in both teams, especially with regards to their possessions. It has been RTC who are getting the most out of the chances they are getting. Did get a shot, did get a lot of set pieces. THIMPHU on the other end has not managed to send a shot in except for that header from Techi Kelton, which was nowhere near a threat. From Tindum Namge on goal for RTC. And with that back in possession in midfield, Techi Kelton lost balance, left foot extended, able to get a recovery in. Enough of a challenge to bother that cross going in from RTC. William Opoku. Again, RTC definitely missing their home presence, but right now it is back during their vacation. It was quite a dire crowd we had. Up showing some support for RTC, but right now back William Asidu. Short range and clean, was a bit more driven than he would have liked, but then Namge. Again, for those of you who may not be aware, on screen just now was the newest ball, the result of the partnership with Hummel that made its debut a couple games back. Started off round one with the older ball, but this time the Hummel ball is proper and in action. So while we're on the topic, massive thanks to our main sponsors, Bank of Bhutan. Massive thanks to our internet partners, Bhutan Telecom Limited, our beverage partners, Coca-Cola, and to our clothing partners, Hummel as well. RTC, one of the few clubs that are giving a lot of chances to local talents, does typically absorb a lot of talents from Rugen Academy and BFF right now. About 7 in the squad, a part of the national squad. Does change time and time again depending on who's getting called up for what purpose. But does have an average of 7 players at least that get called up consistently to the national squad for RTC. Abdul Majid Chamate, a towering presence in that back line, 190 centimeters. But Somchuktrul clipped off left foot. Chance for the Thunderbolts. The youngster did well alongside Siddharth. Somchuktrul and Siddharth, both formerly players of RTC FC, did not really get the chance to shine. And as such, has joined a team that has opted to give them a bit more minutes. Somchuktrul was their first man of the match ever, coming down from the qualifiers in their first match. Amazing performances then, amazing performances still. Stefan Abeku and Ugen fighting it out on screen, but it will be Williams to take. No, it is a feint into Gelson, left foot. That was a cheeky setup from THIMPHU. Thought Tencho was the bait. William it was instead. Was a left foot, but did not drop in quality. Grazed off by RTC. A lot of fingers pointing at each other, but the call has been given for a corner. Pressure on one side of the field right now. Siddharth Kurung taking that delivery, making it. Efficient follow-up, keeps it high in the air, overhead from Tincho Kelton, but does not connect. We've seen so many highlights of this guy, and that's very short of his down in India. But this time, just a bit off. It will be RTC's ball to take. Abdul Majid Shamate, stolen off by Prince. Intense pressure coming in from THIMPHU. Deep inside RTC territory, but they do at least manage to get it to the halfway line. Vampire able to poke it out, steals it back again. Siddharth juked off. Possession for Kenza. Kwado Aqua. Chimisitim. Kwado. Explosive down the middle. Face to face versus Siddharth. Got an outlet to the left. They do have runners coming in. But pressure intense as well. Amazing defense from THIMPHU. Keeping that ball away from the edge of their box. Again, you can see the love coming in from the home crowd. The same chant that has been going around in the Bhutan sports for a long while has made its way to this generation as well. Gelson. Still Gelson. Tried to flick it behind, man down for RTC, but they will continue on. But Jimmy Sirim smashes it away past. Chimsirim. A calm start for both teams. They are looking to burst in waves, but not really putting the energy in to continue on with the follow-ups. Vampire strong shoulder there against William Asidu. Chimsirim. Early on in their campaign, so Bevila being promoted from centre-back to CDM. But since he went down with that injury, Jimmy Sittim has been steady in that role, calming the tempo down. It does seem like he is flourishing in that role. RTC's most recent goal from his side. That's left foot. Riku Ichimura getting a proper effort in. Was same top bins. Just unfortunate it went a bit past the side posts. Amazing quality in the Japanese, but again, still too early. Only quarter of an hour in. We do have a lot more chances to go before we have a proper one come in for both sides. Could go anyways. RTC are right now looking for revenge because round one necessarily didn't end their way. It was a troubling stretch of football for RTC. As Vampire able to keep flicking it away from the defenders that came in, but held on to it way too long. My ball. Later front, down the flank, pressure coming in tight. Riku able to pass it back. This time a lot more space for RTC, but again, it is like fighting off a python. Steady, but surely that pressure coming in to suffocate you. In RTC dealing with the same thing, pressure not coming in quick, but it is coming in steady. Options coming in slowly. Options running away slowly. Being erased as THIMPHU this time. Get the result off. The hard work, Sencho Kelson, yet another header up in the air for that one. But off with the timing, seconds, milliseconds. Off with the wind-up, it will be Dendro Namge, who will not have much to worry about right now. Jimmy Sittim. Wado Aqua. RTC taking their sweet time. Again, not necessarily a team that wants to blitz it in. Typically, when they have guys like Jigdrill, they are very capable of making long runs in on that left flank. But right now, without the personnel to match up to the tactics, it is Vampire who is having a lot to do. Again, able to successfully get past the first two defenders in the way, but the third is where he ends his run today as Wachula. Stolen off by Siddharth. And now Richard Wilson, the winger, took a heavy first touch. Couldn't really keep it in play. Back out with possession. Throw in for Monchula. Unfortunate again. Back to Prince John. Was a crucial part of THIMPHU Ravens, who almost made the come up. this season, but couldn't really get past Samdu Jonkar. Namla, who now is Drukpa. And THIMPHU FC, the very club he has joined right now. He would get a decent shot up, had the velocity, but again, without the accuracy to match the ambition with that effort. It only serves as a decent bit of warm-up. And Richard Wilson right now having a little bit of fun. Last time around was the opening goal scorer. 35 minutes it took him to find the first goal against RTC. So quarter of an hour remaining before we see that same chance given to the man to get the first one in against THIMPHU. Right now 4 goals to his name, the Ghanaian. Did have a promising start to his career as a youngster. All the way back, got an invitation to the National U17 program for Ghana. And given the quality of football in the country, you have to respect the simple fact that he was called up among so many talents. His career did end up taking a different trajectory. But it is still amazing football in the man nonetheless. It did take 4 games to show his medal here in the BoB Bhutan Premier League, but since then, no looking back. But right now, his defense may be tested. As Riku Ichimura trying to muscle his way straight down the middle. Chimisirim using the referee as a bit of leverage. Onchala gets a cross in. Went past all 3 defenders. Just lucky that they did not get a touch in on screen. Ugiwachu, the BFF Academy talent, 8 years as part of the youth program for the Bhutan Football Federation Academy. And right now has brought his talents in for RTC. Joka fighting off against that appeal for handball. Sinjo Gelson, a couple of words from his side as well, but it will be play on from the referee. Chance stolen away again, THIMPHU. Their defense really showing. Seems like they've worked on it quite a bit. Jimmy. 3 games since he has been captaining the RTC side. Did have Takin come back in for a couple of games. Haven't seen him back since, as Riku at the end of a challenge from Udoka Eboawu. Again, went at it straight with that shoulder of his, and given the weight difference between the two, it's amazing Riku got right back up. Does seem like he has a little cut on his elbow from that stumble. Is being asked to go out and get that checked out by the medic. But in the meanwhile, we will have a set piece opportunity for RTC. Vampire Jimmy Sirim equally capable alongside Jimmy Namgyal. But right now, most of our hearts tells us that it needs to be Vampire. It hasn't gotten one in so long. It was the first game where Vampire got his first and only goal of the season versus Tensung at home. Following 2 goals from Sardar Jakhanov and a goal from Jigdrill, it was Vampire who got in a signature long ranger. But since then, the quality has dropped. He is dealing with ankle concerns. Was out for a couple of games, is fighting through it still. So that is there, but RTC man down deep inside THIMPHU's half while we wait to get back into this match with the restart from the Thunderbolts. Prince Toji. Stefan Abeku. Again, the result of THIMPHU's goal scoring troubles. They do have their centre back with a goal to his name as well. The Ghanaian, amazing effort on that one. It was a well-crafted shot. It got him his first and only goal of the season. Right now, may want to look for a couple more because we are seeing the same pattern in other teams as well. Transport United with Ty Daniel, who's been given a lot of flexibility at later stretches of the game to operate up front as a striker, winger. You name it, he's had his fair share of fun. RTC right now, yet to see one from Abdul Majid Chamate, but only a matter of time until he connects one on a header. Does have the aerial ability and the authority up in the air to do so. This time will get his passing ability on display. It's a Prince, cut off by Namgyal. Still Jimmy Namgyal, but not much of a challenge coming in from Eche Prince John to bother Jimmy Namgyal. It will be ruled as his own fault for stumbling down and back in possession for THIMPHU. Udoka. Heading into the season, THIMPHU FC came in with a lot of hype, a lot of promise. They are delivering it right now, staying above the likes of BFF, Sirang, Tensung, and Ugin Academy, who are well-established teams here in the top flight of Bhutanese football, and alongside Drukpa, their arch rivals. A story that began all the way from the qualifiers. They are doing amazing, but still a lot to be desired from their performances, as time and time again they end up simply falling short, as RTC with an amazing pass up front to Vampire. Options, Riku, who gets a right foot off the crossbar from AJ late to that reaction, but blessed by all the gods they've prayed to before the match. THIMPHU will still stay afloat. Close call there as Abdul Majid Chamate. An exhibition there from the defender as possession is back through Chimisirim. Close call there with Riku. Two amazing ones he's pulled up. And right now he only seems to be getting sharper and sharper. The first shot went a bit wild off to the left. Did look dangerous. The second one, just a crossbar that denied him first goal of the match. Right now RTC getting desperate. So is THIMPHU. Again, a match that has a lot of history already. One of the highest number of cards that has been thrown in one game. 6 from the side of THIMPHU last time around in their first matchup. And only 1 to the side of RTC, but in total that is a lot of yellow cards. We are fortunate we did not have any reds during that match, as we know can happen for a team like RTC. Did have that one red card come in against Drukpa FC. Red cards both sides. Woo Gyung Yun from the other. As Kritesh Chunjo, the young Nepali, sent down to the ground. Strong challenge, but ricochet the other way. Back to James it is. A calm restart from THIMPHU. Thought they had space, but challenge came in the nick of time. To get it right back, Ugentochi. Again, unlike other clubs, a prominent issue that these academic institutions deal with is the fact that their players do not stick around for long. Only during the term of their education you get them. It is especially harsh for the young academies in Ugin Academy and BFF Academy. They have their players for 3 or 4 years until they graduate. They are absorbed by RTC or any other club. And then it's a completely different roster. Unlike other clubs, you do not have the flexibility to rely on a couple of signings to stick with you for a long time. You have to commit to developing your own up-and-coming talents. You have to make full use of the seniors who are entering their prime. RTC facing the same issue as some of their players soon to graduate. Not quite sure if they will be back next season. Did see guys like THIMPHU FC, they will graduate. So that does seem like a question up for head coach Unauthorized for RTC. In the meanwhile, we have the home side get possession, and now chance down the left flank. It is a one-on-one situation against THIMPHU. They do force one in, but unable to find a touch from Chibinamgel. Back out to James it is. Ball inside THIMPHU FC's box. They are taking a lot of unnecessary risks. But RTC at the same time, understanding that it is a trap, not really biting into it. That pass, mistake. From Kwado Aqua, and now Kritish Chunju able to get a chance in, straight down the middle. Richard Wilson, agile enough to put that ball away from Jimmy Tsirim, but the following challenge, looking for redemption. Yellow card it is for Kwado Aqua. Again, a closer look at that. Did get to it first, but that challenge, Kwado, left foot on the ball, but right foot way too wild. Hammered him with the double. Challenge, and THIMPHU FC blessed with the chance to recreate the sheer brilliance they showed us in their first matchup. That knuckleball free kick from THIMPHU FC was from much further out, over on the right flank. But it is still a spot he has gotten his practice in for a long time. Richard Wilson getting checked out. It will be the chance for THIMPHU to get one on the board to repeat history. For RTC, a lot of pressure again. Dilmangal will need some help covering the far edges of the post. They do have a man committed down on the ground. Unauthorized right behind that wall. Abdul Majid covering that attempt, short post. Siddharth may look to step it in for a better angle for THIMPHU FC. Will that be the case? William is looking like he may end up with the shots. THIMPHU FC. Shot post first time. Stop pass! THIMPHU FC. Just amazing from the legend. Did not need anything else. Did not need illusions. Did not need distractions. Just him, the ball, and the net was all that mattered. THIMPHU FC finally, after a while, gets his third goal of the campaign. A moment of regret on the other end for Denumnamge, who had that ball coming right in, but unstable footing, got up in the air a bit too late, misjudged the extension he needed on his arm, and it went in. Just smash it past Denum. Again, not really that much complexity on the shot. Just sent it straight towards Namgil, who was expecting that ball to go in short post, but trying to recover, seeing that ball come in where he was standing just milliseconds ago. Just unstable and just unfortunate, but it was brilliant nonetheless. 3 goals to THIMPHU Gelson's name. 2 of them have come in from amazing free kicks. Last time around in their first matchup, 35 minutes was what it took to get their first goal. This time, 32. Are we seeing history repeat itself, or will we see a bit more fight from the rejuvenated RTC FC as Setat consecutively taken down? And it will be one more chance for THIMPHU again. No man in sports could ever be dangerous as one who feels like he is on fire. At this time, immediately after that goal from the free kick, THIMPHU Gelson will get the chance to get another in. This time does look like he is trying to set it up. Left foot run. Bait again, THIMPHU Gelson, right foot, curler. Unable to find a touch was Stefan Abek, who was making a decent run, far post in the blind spot of Namgya. But Chimmy, enough of a hindrance there for THIMPHU Gelson, who had to force it way too further out for his teammates than he would have liked. Solid positioning from Chauka. It will deny THIMPHU their follow-up. Quado Aqua. RTC will definitely have to be careful of the challenges they put in. As long as the location isn't within THIMPHU Gelson's range, it should be decent, but right now they are making a lot of fouls right outside the box. And referee Choki, as you all know, is one very stern official. One of the most decorated referees out here in the scene in Bhutan. Still not much you can get away from, as Jimmy Namgyal nimble enough to force that ball away from Prince Toji. Corner chance for RTC. They may do well to take it proper, as a bit less than 10 minutes remain until the end of the first half. They may want to head into the halftime break with a bit more calmer mindset. They are down by 1. That may not be the story for long, but eventually that weight of that margin, that difference, does weigh you down by quite a lot. Vampire looking to take it far post. It is a swing in. Tripped off on the run for Abdul Majid. A second chance headed away, but intercepted by referee Choki. It will deny the advantage for THIMPHU. And take it back for, against a much more reorganized, against a much more regrouped defensive effort from RTC. Prince. Amazing challenge came in from Ochida. Just an aesthetically pleasing slide that came in from 32 for RTC. Ugewanshu had the timing down to 3 as well. Jimmy Namgya, the first line of defense, but it will be an easy task for the throw-in from Prince. Wilson down, possession for Chauka. Tindup. Head up from Stefan Abeku. Sends it all the way back. They do have numbers up front. Richard Wilson taking it for himself. Has help in William Asidu, but now no longer the case. It is back out to Kritesh Chanju. The young Nepali, amazing job. Kamadoji stolen off by Chanju again. Able to poke it out in the nick of time. Back heel flick. May keep it in, but challenge came in just at the right moment too. An amazing display of offense and amazing display of urgency on defense as well from both teams. Despite the scoreline being in favor of THIMPHU, both teams have found no advantage in open play. The only goal in this match from THIMPHU Kelsen came in from a free kick. So still anybody's game to take. One goal, by no means a soft comfort. At least in terms of thinking that you have the win in the bag. That's James. Unfortunate with the clearance. Riku putting enough pressure. Throw in for Kinza. Siddharth. Tucked down to the ground by Jimitsirem. It will be the Thunderbolts to play up front. 5 minutes remain until the end of the first half. And drama still intensifying between the two. Stefan Abeku. Ghanaian able to play it up but send right back. Vampire coming in strong left foot. Up to Abdul Majid Chamate on the other end. THIMPHU Kelsen. His burst. His step still quick enough given his age. And his recovery. Water. Brutal challenges coming in from both sides. Just recently we saw Paro with Siddiqui Jawara trying to kill a man twice. And right now the same happening between the two as RTC get a chance right up, but the setup way out of reach of any of his teammates. And Prince quick enough to get to it before his team could ever have a chance to worry. Amazing defense from THIMPHU, who look like they are in amazing form today. RTC just unable to find an answer. So far, the closest chances they got was that shot from Riku Ichimura. So they may eventually want to set up for a bit more attempts from far away. Even with Jigdrill in, those were the same chances that ended up with most of their goals. Shots from afar. But right now it is the corner they are taking. Rigged in. Hera sends it away from William Asidu. Again, a closer look. Yuvanshu, this time, very careless and very late. Sending THIMPHU Kelsen down, but THIMPHU will enjoy a taste of possession yet again. Left foot whip, maybe just enough to find an advantage for Richard Wilson. It is kept right in. Onshla, everywhere on the ground right now. Number 32 making an impact on both flanks, on both sides of the pitch too. Amazing conditioning from the BFF grown talent. Chimnamge coming in. Stefan Abeku. Vampire coming in hot. RTC trying to force as much errors from their backline as possible, but Udoka not crumbling. They do find a pass up to THIMPHU Kelsen. Flag staying down. But happens to the best of us. Tried to send a pass in with the right. That left foot said no to his plans. And it is Tindam Girls instead. Riku Ichimura. The Japanese matched up one-on-one versus Karamatochi, who is doing a good job, but that was not a tail that lasted for long, ended with the pass straight towards from Nijay Gachadar. And James will get the easiest save of his life. Mochila. Right now, number 32, the heartbeat of RTC's possession, has been getting involved in so many chances. Jimmy Namgyal as well up front made things very dangerous inside the first 10 minutes, but now it has been Riku Ichimura who does look like he will be the only glimmer of hope going forward as RTC will get that dangerous opportunity. Vampire looking to play it long, but the referee putting a halt on it. That double team, look at that again. Som Jukdril just resting on the man. Ugentoji strong enough, carrying the weight of two men. But right at the corner of the box, it will be a dangerous chance. It may go to Abdul Majid's far post if he is looking for a blind spot from James, but Udoka BoB making sure that that chance is closed down as early as possible. Vampire decides to send it in straight, but without the chance to do so. It is 2 more minutes added until the end of the first half. Simply amazing football being played out by the two, although we have not really been blessed with the efficiency to see numbers come in from both sides. It has only been Sencho Kelson on the scoreboard right now. As THIMPHU played up long Kwado Aqua. Abdul Majid Chamate. Choka. Chimichong able to get that ball away right in time, and it is right towards Pramijay. Quite easily sent it all the way towards the opposition goalkeeper from the edge of his own box. Heavy touch goes towards Jimmy Namgyal. Double team coming in, escape towards Vampire, who took that touch towards Chunjo. Siddharth coming in. But it is still Vampire to take. Options down the middle, Quarter was there, but shot goes from Jimmy. Hit him. Up high in the air from Mijay. No challenge from Riku Ichimura. Again, flashes of brilliance as Jimmy hit him, looking to recreate that same shot, that same brilliance he put on display against Wigan Academy in the giving his team the only goal of the match that brought them the 3 points. And right now looking to do the same to bring them back into this match. 20 seconds remain. How will RTC look to close this? Chance on the flanks. Past time, we are onto the mercy of the referee, but with the cross failing, RTC may get one last shot. They may want to force it without causing too much of a delay. And with that, referee just waiting for possession to tie down, and RTC not taking any chances. It will be the end of the first half. THIMPHU FC won. The home side has not been able to forward any goal so far. Sencho Kelson will only have his name in the score sheet for now. Hopefully that is a story that remains to be rewritten in the second half. But until then, this was your commentator, Ugintish Soji. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for the love. Do let me know what you think the end of this match will be like, because right now both teams are playing amazing. Just that they are missing. Just missing. Well, with that, see you guys in the second half.
RTC FC personal assistant, we are all part of the cheer club, so we are better sit together. They are friends today. We're waiting for you.
I had classes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sampo, and welcome back to the second half of what has been an amazing game so far. Both teams going at it, each other, a lot at stake, especially for RTC, who are coming off of a stain of their campaign in a dramatic loss against THIMPHU FC. It was shooting their dark times where they did not necessarily have a proper roster put together, or even a proper roster they could field during those times where they had players down to injury, players unable to play. A lot of drama. But right now, this is a much more renewed squad that is looking to change history, in fact, and get themselves at least a level record and the last laugh against THIMPHU. But right now, not happening. Tejo Gelton personally denying them the pleasure with a masterfully crafted free kick 32 minutes in. Again, sent it straight towards Dendum Namgyal as well. Had a bit of serve. Just caused enough confusion with the mind games the legend was playing. Dendum Namgyal just ending up losing that mind game, and it has now been registered as the only goal of this match for THIMPHU. As it stands, we are 1-up for THIMPHU, 0 for the home side RTC. Again, to our viewers who are just joining in, RTC are in their home blue and white, THIMPHU FC in their striking black and gold. Again, you can hear audible crowd support coming up for THIMPHU. It may improve the difference here in the second half. So far, they haven't really gotten much reason to celebrate, gotten much reason to get their hopes up. But right now, it is during these dark times where their players will need all the help they can get. Chauka keeping the energy up, gets that ball away from imminent danger, but that threat is not over yet. Siddharthuram, frequent name we've seen in the roster for THIMPHU FC this time with that start. Already so much impact. This time, can he get his name on the assist sheet as well? Stopped out, header comes in strong, but Tejo Gelton went at that ball. Quite an awkward technique. Started to flick it up, did not quite sure if he expected that ball to be much lower than it was. Ended up sending it way up high to the fences behind, and now THIMPHU do have the advantage to continue on with THIMPHU Kelson. Jimmy Sedim. Try to keep it in towards Kwado Aqua, but now THIMPHU Kelson winding up that left foot cross goes in. Jugdral! Sonam Jugdral Chesang will make it 2 for THIMPHU. The Thunderbolts' first breakout player down in the qualifiers, and now continuing on with that hot streak up in the top flight as well. THIMPHU Kelson setting it up perfect. Denied first time by Dendup, but the heart and the hustle to follow it up, see it through, get the job done. Just amazing. Again, a closer look at that first shot, awkward. Dendup Namgyal did get the save, but Dendup had his momentum going just the right way of that rebound and the follow-up. No mistakes. Time and time again, we've seen legends crumble in situations like this, but the youngster makes no mistake, and THIMPHU find themselves up by 2 right inside the first 5 minutes of the restart. And RTC now in an even more troubling situation. RTC. Again, have to applaud their cheering section not being down despite conceding a goal immediately before, but it does seem to be working. Riku Ishimura cut it back towards Vampire, who couldn't keep it towards the target with the header. The drought still continuing on for Vampire, who again has not seen a shot fall in since their first match this season versus Tensung. So far, majority of their production coming in through guys like Nima Kelson off the bench, who already has 2 to his name to an emphatic goal. Jigdrell, who is on the bench due to ankle concerns, but he went down with an ankle injury a couple of days back as they were preparing for a game again. Just unfortunate for RTC. Had Babila go down during warm-ups, Jigdrell the same as well. It does seem like Jigdrell at least is on the path to quick recovery. Has been named on the bench, but may not get the playing time today. At the edge of the line, ball goes in way too high for any sort of hope. And back out to Dendup Namgyal it is. 51 minutes on the clock. THIMPHU FC up by 2. First goal came in from THIMPHU Kelson off of a free kick, off of a foul from Kwado Aqua. The second, just a lapse in their back line and an amazing sense of space from Som Jugdral. Just simple get back from the youngster against his former club. As Jugdral getting a heat check in, left foot, but off target. Dendup Namgyal for the restart. Back out to James. Well, had a lot of dreams coming in with that shot, but woken up immediately after. It will be back to Denenongel again. Advantage Kezatenzi again. Reproduction this season has been a struggle indeed for RTC. Their top scorer last season. Mid-sitting. Far out header comes in, but off target again. Two back-to-back headers from Pemazangpo closing off the last two attempts of RTC, and it will go out by quite a margin again. But despite how they are playing, you have to appreciate the fact that they are still fourth on the table and at a solid pace as well. THIMPHU today do not have a chance to catch up to RTC, who are up by 5 points against THIMPHU. 13 and 18 the points of the two teams today. RTC on the other end away from third place Transfer United, but still a decent gap that they could close down. If they end up with a win today, it may prove to be an arduous task, especially with THIMPHU up by 2 minutes in. Chance now for RTC. So far, none of the attackers have worked in these set-piece opportunities. The shots have gone wild. Their passes have not connected. Their crosses have found no target. Today is a more reasonable angle to go for it with the shot directly. Go one-on-one instead of 11 versus 11, which they are failing right now. Their home crowd manifesting the closure. Clearance of this deficit by at least 1 goal right now for a better odds going into the last half an hour of this match. Riku and Vampire. Riku has found immaculate form in the shot coming in. He will be the one to take it, but it will be an attempt unlike the ones that have come in from the Japanese. Proper barrel up in the air to get that ball going the other way. Chauka a bit late. Chance for Jugdral almost. But cleared away. Just ample time to spare as Jugdral was closing in hot. Denunam did it well, restarting that attack as well. It is now up to the Japanese. Riku Ishimura. Kenza Tenzin. Finds Kwado Aqua. Now down the middle, Vampire. Decent control over the ball, but without that ball going in the back of the net, it will still be difficult! But Orchila, who's been having an amazing game thus far, will put the exclamation mark on THIMPHU's momentum as they close down the gap, they close down the margin. Get one back for themselves. RTC now up one, and only one goal left before they get themselves back to square one against the visiting Thunderbolts. Amazing cross, amazing sense. Got himself in the right position, and look at that cross again. Kinzang got it just above Prince, who thought it was going to Jimmy Namgyal. And with that, RTC and their crowd has found a fire that escaped them for so long. An hour of this match without a proper conversion from RTC, and now that we finally have one, momentum with the home side, it could be anybody's game. THIMPHU may want to hold on to possession a bit, take that ball away from RTC and deny them the chance to get a couple of heat checks up. Chance again down the wing, Riku Ichimura. From Chukro, left behind, Vampire, able to get that ball away clean from Siddharth. Just got it back in, and able to follow it up. Kritesh Shunju. Chauka. RTC. Jimmy. Govindoji back out to Kwado Aqua. Jimmy Chittim. RTC taking it slow, trying to get away touches from THIMPHU. They have a bit of ambition with that flick, setting it up inside the box, but stolen away. Clearance fails. Showing to RTC. Again, RTC, so far in their run this season, they have been a team that has produced a lot of goals last minute. Jigdrill responsible for most of them. Dilip, Nima, they have found success in their subs, and a lot of names still on the bench. But Senjo forces one at but an amazing display of reflexes from Denver Namgyal this time. Able to punch it out just right. Amazing reactions from the goalkeeper. He is looking to make a solid redemption. Letting THIMPHU's free kick in earlier, as this time it will be put to the test yet again. THIMPHU Gelson, so many chances on the header, so many contacts, just none of them accurate. This time Siddharth with the chance to set it up again for THIMPHU. It is going far out. Header comes in from Udoka Buawu for a wild miss. My ball. Up to Abdul Majid Shamate. Almost a chance for Loka. Hard to put off a body in the way. Back out to James Bess. A bit of panic on the other end. Able to find advantage. Som Jugdrill has a triple team in front of him. Gets the outlet out. William Asiru gets it back from Kamatoji Wanchu. Still Williams. Kinza. Still Kinza. An open lane up in front. Has the pace, but with a solid effort coming up in front. Kritesh Chendu. almost climbed on his back. But Chunju did well denying Ginza that space. Had the help coming in from Karmatoji as well. But again, this is a face-off that has gotten a lot of cards from the referees in their first matchup. It was THIMPHU FC that time who got 6 yellows, but RTC did have Kinza Tenzin a yellow card again in their first matchup. May want to keep himself cool under pressure to avoid any sort of setbacks to his team going forward. With that, it is back out to Pramija. Plays it long. RTC missing the clearance. Sincho Kelson shot blocked off by RTC. William flicks it up to Siddharth, who will let off a volley, but off target it is. Had a defender coming in. If he was making it on target, the only angle available to him was out, and that will give him at least a bit of warm-up to set up his next shot. William putting pressure on RTC, who has carried that ball all the way over to the center circle. Jimmy unable to find Riku Ichimura on the flanks. Kamdoji Riku Ichimura. Amazing pass over to Vampire. Can he save that ball? He cannot. Amazing effort from the much beloved of RTC, but game just a bit short. It will be James for the restart for THIMPHU. Header keeps it straight down the middle. Kelsey coming in hot against Jimmy Namgyal. Shot coming in, not much of a test, but then it makes the calm save. Powerful throw there from the goalkeeper, sets it right in motion. Steady progress, Riku Ichimura. Given the respect from THIMPHU, put a triple team up in front of the Japanese, making a handball call there on Sincho Kelson, but Vampire entangled with the legend. Got that possession away to Jogdrul. Jimmy Sirim able to close down. Siddharth putting a bit of pressure. Ugentoji. Amazing bit of pace there. And smart decision making with the angles he took with that run, and RTC now in possession. Both teams have lost the momentum they showed early on. Siddharth does get one from afar, forcing a save there from Tendub. Ambitious, but still far from a shot with enough quality to beat the goalkeeper. Rumazangpo. Riku Ichimura turning around, an extended foot keeps it for Kinzang. Udoka did well defending, but helpless against the matchup. It will be Quado. Still Quado Aqua. Siddharth keeps it towards Jogdrul. And all the way back to Abdul Majid Chamate for a calm possession for RTC. No defenders inside. The entirety of the half available to RTC to get it up and going. Looking dodgy. With that again, a look at the super sub. Jimmy Namgyal being taken out, and coming in is Nima Gelson. RTC's most consistent scoring options. Off the bench, 2 goals to his name already, 2 emphatic goals. The first one, I'm sure you all saw the picture of the shirt way up high in the sky. The same expectations coming into this match today. End up able to get a hand on that ball. Vampire. Kazugan Doji. Amazing pass up front, Riku. If he can get past the first defender, does have a lot of angles available to him, does have enough gravity as well to open up a lot of options. Vampire with a bit of flair. Got it right between the legs of Chunju, but again unable to find any initiative on the follow-up. It will be the battle of the captains on the other end. Senju Gelson against Chauka. There's Chimi Sawang. Gets out of it with possession, back out to Denham Namgyal. 69 minutes on the clock. RTC in possession, 1 goal the margin. Momentum could go either way. Again, RTC still a lot of attacking options on the bench. In Tete, Dilip Mongar. Steadily building up, but it ends up with a calm pickup for Pranijay Kachatara or James, as he's loving the cold. Senju Gelson heads it towards again. Back out to my ball. Terunange. Again, Chimi has Chimi sit him straight down the middle, again doing an amazing job keeping the tempo down. Otherwise, RTC does tend to rush things a bit. Vampire. Feisty possession ends up with a throw-in for Prince Toji. Richard Wilson, blazing down the left, has an open lane towards Senju Gelson. Now it has been closed down, still able to find an outlet. Senju Gelson. Clean defensive effort there, not really much to do in terms of hard work. Just foot extended, and Senju Gelson had that ball taken away, but Riku Ichimura making things look dangerous. He comes out of this possession, entangled. It will be advantage for RTC. Karmagochi has the ball called on him. A closer look at that. Karma making his appeal, but the call has been awarded. Jimmy hit him on the ball for RTC. It was a similar spot that left Senju Gelson early on. Can Jimmy Tsirim find the same success? Blocked off by the wall. Second effort. Loads up. And away from the target for a regretful chance wasted. RTC back on defense. Did well finding the follow-up on that delivery straight to the wall. And again, not quite a bad effort. Just that the float was awkward as Chimichong comes out with an acrobatic clearance on the other end. A bit awkward, but still managed to scissor kick that ball out to the halfway line. THIMPHU Gelson. Calm passing, just a drill at this point in time. Chenju, Udoka and THIMPHU Gelson. William involved. THIMPHU Gelson. Sharp passes, crisp as well, but Seth Dart tried a bit too much outside boot. And it is back to RTC. Amazing bit of skill there from Jimmy Sirim. Is it enough to keep possession their way? Throw in again for THIMPHU RTC on the back end for quite a while after that free kick. Kenza came in clean with a flying challenge. Kamadojit taking no risk. Held back does get the advantage. William. Strong shoulder, but it was clean. Is making an appeal, but it will be a goal kick for RTC. Lama. Nima. Completely outnumbered inside THIMPHU's half. It will be smart actually for RTC to force it out of bounds. But I will at least have a little bit more numbers on screen. Mansula. The opening goal scorer for RTC in the 58th minute. And right now, miscleared by THIMPHU. It will be RTC for the advantage off of a corner. Quarter of an hour left on the clock. 76 minutes in. Vampire to set it up left foot. Abdul Majid may possibly be the target, but again, RTC with their explosiveness could come in with shots from anywhere, but never gets a chance to get to that question. Step one failure. Back out to James it is. Jimmy trying to find Rico up front. Udoka, strong enough of a body. Not quite the shove there. Contact there from Riku Ichimura to warrant intervention from the referee. Udoka did try his best trying to sell that ball. But again, have to respect the game sense, as entertaining as it may be. Again, not quite as harsh as he made it out to be. It will be back out to Tendum Nangil on the other end. Pressure coming off Kerry from Vijay. Almost gave a chance over to Kinza Tenzin. THIMPHU Gelson. One touch, right inside. Jugdral turnaround shot! But what a save there from Tinu Pekin! Look at that! The second time that left hand has protected RTC's post. Earlier was against THIMPHU Gelson. This time, Jugdrol denied the pleasure. His second goal, but they will get to try again. A corner it is for THIMPHU. 78 minutes on the clock, 1 goal separating these two teams. So that curls one in, head up, able to send it off for a restart from a throw-in. RTC and their fans making their wishes heard, but eventually might want to start praying. Buddha invisible all the way in the back for a bit of divine intervention and a bit of luck. This is exactly what they need. Kwado Aqua in midfield over to Riku Ichimura. Vampire forces one in, but nimble enough, agile enough. All three defenders duked, and now space for that left foot to get across and flicked up. Defender overhead keeps it away. Kinza making in the field that call was not supposed to go on him, but it has been made. THIMPHU, that overhead called in as a foul for Kinzang, dragging the defender down. Was a bit of contact, did send him off balance. But despite the brilliance we saw from Vampire, unable to find an advantage up front without a shot as well, we go back to Denum Namge to bring that possession up slowly and steadily. 80 minutes in, 10 minutes left on the clock. A quick rundown of the goal scorers so far. We had Sinji Kelsen with a free kick in the first half. 18 minutes. 32 minutes in, we had Jugdrol follow it up. This time may see the third from William, but not quite. RTC saw their goal come in from Wanchla. Ugewanshi 32. And with that, we go back to a hopeful possession from RTC. Riku Ichimura. Kinza. THIMPHU plays it up. Siddharth steadily getting back up on his feet. Jugdrol able to flick it away from Kwado Aqua. Siddharth buying a couple of precious seconds for his team, because right now RTC are looking dangerous. Vampire, although his shots are and the accuracy on his long balls are not really finding success, he is getting sharper in his dribbling ability, which should create a lot of open looks, should make it that much more easier for him to facilitate up front for the rest of his forwards. William Opoku Esidu, all the way to the back line of RTC. They are able to get a header in towards Kwado Aqua. Riku Ichimura up front. James gets straight first. The 26-year-old goalkeeper from Nepal, his senses are sharp and on point right now. The same on the other end for Dendo. Just unfortunate that that awakening came in a bit too late for RTC. Back out to Kinza from Chimi, who is looking to get himself involved in the build-up. A bit more numbers would definitely help, but stolen away. Richard Wilson has Sinch Kelson on the left. Siddharth on the right. He is making a run straight down the middle, but unable to get a proper read on the trajectory of that ball as it came in. Back out to RTC it is. THIMPHU playing from deep. They facilitate it long enough. Tejikalson hunting for that second ball, but unable to get to it first before Vampire could. It is now Kenza looking to serve it in towards Riku, but too hard on the hit. It is out to Pramite Gachadar, looking to shave a couple more seconds off of the clock. Every second going forward, a ticking time bomb. The weight exponentially increasing for RTC on their shoulders. Already a major bit of weight being carried on their shoulders as they are right now at a fragile spot in 4th place. Only 2 clear of Drukpa, and right now THIMPHU looking to get to the same level as Drukpa FC. 13 points are where the Thunderbolts are at, and 3 more would bring them level to Drukpa at 16 points and just 2 below RTC. Did have a solid cushion early on, but right now not quite much in terms of standings. It is a clear top 3 in Paro, Thimphu City and Transport United. It is an even more clearer top 2 unless Transport United comes up with a miracle in the matchups between the big 2. But with that, seems like we have a substitution for THIMPHU FC. Number 67, Tenzin Namgyal, has been brought in. And for Siddharth, that will be the end of his campaign so far. 1 assist to his name for THIMPHU FC's campaign, and his impact way beyond the stat sheet. Since we can only look at goals and assists, hard to find the impact midfielders who do not get themselves involved up in front measured properly. And with that, back in play from Tendo, a header. Tenzin Namgyal was one of the yellow card recipients in their first matchup amongst the 6 of their teammates. The rest was Siddharth Somjukdro, Chimiwachu, who is on the bench, Singcha Neo as well, and Baitika. THIMPHU FC doing well, 3 minutes on the clock. One of their premier finishers up front, Chizobo Christopher, not on the squad list for today, but did not really matter as they are sitting up with the lead. Vampire climbed upon by Prince John. Ninja fakes off Karmadoji for a decent chance. Follow up, maybe a reality anytime soon, but decided to retreat instead. Forced out of the box, Nyima. And now possession stolen away. And with that, RTC will have their hopes crumbling. Back out to Dylan Namgyal. Has been amazing this game, but again, that is the struggle of a goalkeeper. You make so many saves in the double digits, amazing denials, but just one or two shots that are simply unsavable end up tarnishing your performance evaluations, your metrics, your stats. Aqua. The last minute of regular time. Aqua back out to Abdul Majid Chamate, has Chimiseong, but Abdul looks like he will play it long. Decided to cut back instead, Chimi. That left flank has been working a lot of wonders for them. A lot of chances created out, especially with Lakenza and Ramazanko. Going through with the same personnel again, right in the middle. Reku plays it back. Vampire, agile enough, turn around, shot blocked. But Vampire will keep that ball in play. Left foot blocked off by Karma, and it will be RTC's chance for a corner. Maybe the last chance for RTC to at least force a draw in. Can THIMPHU fight it off? A header does come in, but it is off. And it seems like the conclusion, after a bit of confusion from the referees, is that it will be a goal kick for THIMPHU FC. 4 more minutes of additional time to fight off. Right now, THIMPHU doing well. With that Jukro down on the ground, referee Choki wanting him out of the ground and over on the sidelines. Pressure called in, but Jukro will walk off himself. Well, after that bit of confusion, back in play, James for the restart. Udoka, barely able to force it out. 2 more minutes they will have to wait for to guarantee their win. Until then, they should do well not to concede any chances over to RTC. But this time with that foul on Vampire. It will be RTC blessed enough to have yet another opportunity to close the game out. Can they at least get a proper shot in? They do serve it inside, but it is too low. The defender is able to clip it off. Back out to Onshula. Similar setup versus Ogun Academy. This time decides to send it in for a cross, and Ahera is milliseconds too late from Kinza. Had the run, had the space, but not enough contact to force that ball past Pramije Gachadar. Last minute of stoppage time. 30 seconds left. Ball played back out to Denum Namgyal. The last possession of the game may go out with RTC. Can they at least end it with a shot that they will not regret? Chimmy took a touch too heavy. THIMPHU Gelson came in for the challenge and THIMPHU steals possession away. It is THIMPHU Gelson. Tried to flick it in. Vampire able to get a touch in, but now at the mercy of the referee. 4 minutes are up. Vampire plays it up. RTC may want to force a shot in before we hear the whistle, but with that ball going out any second now. A bit of understanding from the antics of some drill that cut off most of the first minute. RTC do lob one in. Can they find any hope? But right towards Pramije, that ball goes. Pull on the way from Pramije's hands. Riku Ichimura trying to play innocent. Prince not liking it at all. But it will go back to THIMPHU for possibly the end of the game. Ball played long. THIMPHU look like they may get the last laugh going into the final seconds of play. 2 minutes past the allocated time. It is RTC that finds at least a chance. It is lobbed up high. Hera keeps it away from any sort of danger. THIMPHU Gelson keeping it away from Kinzang. And with that, THIMPHU FC has secured 3 points today, which still keeps them tied with Drukpa FC right at the middle of the table in 5th and 6th at 16 points. RTC will add a loss finally. Came into this match unbeaten in their last 5, will finally have a draw, and it comes by way of THIMPHU FC, who end both home and away games with a complete domination against RTC. One in their first with a knuckleball free kick from THIMPHU Gelson. One in the second saw a free kick goal from THIMPHU Gelson. Again, not quite sure what he has against RTC, but does feel like it is personal at some point. So the finisher come in from Sonam Jugdral right in the first 3 minutes of the restart of the second half. RTC's only hope came through Ukewachu in the 58th minute, and with that we end the match. 2 for THIMPHU, 1 for RTC. And with that, on to the next we move. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for all the love and support. Do let me know what you think the end of the season table will look like, because right now a lot of chances for upsets, changes, and lot twists, which is always the fun part of following a league as exciting as this one. And this season it has been even more spectacular. But until the next one, this was your commentator, Ugintish Tochi. Thank you for your love. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys in the next one.
2.5 2.5 2.5